What's up, guys? Now, today we're going to be fixing a Cub Cadet lawn tractor. Now, it's one of the newer brands. I think it's a 2013, and I had the tires are crooked on it, and I have to go in and adjust the tie rod. Now, right now I'm going to be showing you what you need for your Cub Cadet lawn tractor, or any lawn tractor really. This is like, I don't know if it's specifically made for Cub Cadet, but all the tools I'm using are what you're going to need if you have a Cub Cadet lawn tractor. So let's get started. Okay, so I have everything laid out here, what we need today, and I will just quickly go through everything. I've got, hold on, okay, now everything you need is right here in this little heap of tools, and now I will quickly go through everything that you need. So right here we have a hammer, you should know what that is, and I have a flathead screwdriver, adjustable wrench, 2 9/16 wrenches, 2 1/4 ton jack, 2 jack stands, and the bar to put the jack up. So let me get this down by the lawn tractor and we'll be right back. Okay, I just got all the tools down here. They're all lined up right here. And this is the lawn tractor. It's a Cub Cadet LTX 1050. It's a V-twin hydrostatic. My dog. So let me straighten the wheel out. This wheel right here is the good wheel. Now if you look, this wheel is crooked, this one isn't. So this right here is the good wheel, this is the one we're repairing. Now, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the tire off, first of all, and then we're going to have to get back in here, and we're going to have to jack it up first of all, and put your jack stands under it so it don't fall on you. And I took a clip before using it, because it's still usable, but I was just mowing the grass. If this will zoom, never mind. But so right here is the bad tire. Now I'm gonna get this jacked up, and I will be right back. Okay, I got it ready to jack up, and the tire should be moving. Yep, it's going right up. And there's a fixture right under your Cub Cadet, right there, that you put your jack on. Make sure you put it on that, and do I have the parking brake on? Yes. Make sure that you have the parking brake on before you ever jack anything up. Alright, so this should be high enough. So we take our jack stands, and we put them right next to the jack, and we put them up as high as they will go. Alright, that's perfect right there. And then we have to, even though we're not working on this tire, we still need to have a jack stand on both sides. And then, once you got both your jack stands under, you lower the jack. And now, you make sure that the jack isn't touching the fixture too much. And you got to make sure that all the weight is on the jack stands. But you want to make sure that there's a lot of leverage on this, so you can't pull this out from under the mower. Alright, so once you got that done, you got to take the tire off. So, you got to take this off right here, and then there's a pin. You have to take the pin out, but I'm going to need to get one of the tools. So I will get this tire off, and I'll be right back. Okay, now, I have the pin out, Now, when you're taking the pin out, if it hasn't been lubricated in a long time, which mine has, I lubricate mine every other lawn cutting, but once you get that off, make sure you put, I think I still have it in the toolbox, yes, PB Blaster. PB Blaster works good on lubricating almost anything. Now, when you take the tire off, you might want to spray some of that PB Blaster on there. Not that much, but it might help the tire come off if you haven't gotten it off in a little while. But, yeah. Okay, tire's off and ready for action. I set the tire right here. And when you take the tire off there, if you are using a Cub Cadet, you should have a washer, the pin, and then the hubcap. Now, when you're taking this off, don't do what I just did. You don't really want to touch this, because that is always greased, and if you wipe all the grease off, that happens, and that's not what you want to happen. So grab it by up here and just turn it till this up here is straight with this. Now it looks pretty good. Yeah, make sure this right here, this bracket is straight with this. So you could go like that. Alright. Now once you get that, you're going to take this and one of these, and you're going to loosen these bolts so this comes off. So I'm going to get that off and I'll be right back. Okay, so I now have this off. I got this off here, and this is that other part. Now when you take this off, don't panic when this or this comes off. That is supposed to do that. When you get done, this is what should be remaining of your Cub Cadet 1050. Now, right down in this hole here, you are going to want to spray a little bit of the PB Blaster down there. Just because if you haven't in the past, I'd say 6 months, it'll start getting a little bit hard. Like if you're going to work on the tire, it'll get hard. Like it'll get harder and harder to come off. This will happen. You're going to want paper towels by you, but as you can see, I don't have paper towels by me. But anyways, so this right here is your tie rod. This is what we're going to be adjusting. That is where the wrenches come in hand. Now if you see this right here, this little gap, you do not want that. That right there is your whole problem. Now if you come over to the other side, it's completely tight all the way, but on the other side, this little bolt right here is all the way over here. You don't want that. You want this bolt all the way over. When you're fixing it, go over to your good tire and you count the threads. So right here I have 8 threads. So I go over to the other side and I put this bolt up. I put it all the way up to here. Okay, so now that these two are tight right next to each other, you count the threads. So I got one, I've got 6 threads. So what I do if I have 6, I turn this part. So I gotta turn it until there's 8. But what you just do is just turn it so you have more than 8, and then you put this right up to it. Just like finger tight, and then you count the threads again. Alright, so I have exactly 8 here, and I did not count that, but I'm just gonna go like that, just to tighten it up a bit. And now I'm gonna tighten these up as good as I can, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's done, and you still have your tire off. You don't put that on right just yet. Now, when you're doing this, try to make it so your other wheel is all the way one way. I'd prefer the wheel that you're fixing to be all the way over to the opposite wheel. So the wheel that's still on is all the way over to the farthest it can go. Just so then when you fix it, it's all the same. Okay, so then what you do is you're gonna take this and this, and you're gonna put them back on here, and then you're gonna have to tighten this. So when you do that, then you put your tire on and you should be done. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished product. Now it took me a little while, even though I've done this before, but it will take you a little while. It took me maybe 7 minutes, but it's not that easy to do, especially when you lubricate this right here, it makes it so this part can slide right in nice and easy. When you put this part on, it wants to slide off every time you hit this part with the hammer. So when you hit this part with the hammer, try to keep one knee under here, so then when you hit it with the hammer, it won't go down, it'll go right up. And it should be probably 1 centimeter up above the this right here. But other than that, that's what it should look like when you take your tire off from the start. Now if you record back in the video, this is what it should look like when I take the tire off. Only this part isn't going to be turning that way. It should be completely straight. But that's what you're going to have to turn it that way whenever you are fixing it. But that right there is your fixed tie rod. And I'll put the tire on, show you the finished product, and that'll be it for today. Alright, be right back. Okay, so right here is what this whole getup should look like when you get done. Your pin, and then your washer, and right here is the axle and your tire. Now, once you get this all on, you're practically done. The only thing you need to do is put your hubcap on. Now you just kind of spin it a couple times, and it should go on like a dream. Alright. Oh, another little tip. I had my hood open the whole time I was taking the guts out of this. That might be a little easier for some people with bigger hands or fingers like me, because every time I go to try to take this bolt off right here, I'd hit my hand off of this, because it'll be, if it's closed, it's down, and see the letters are right there, and right here is your bolt. Now, every time I go up, I hit my hand right off of this. Now, if you got little, like, skinny hands, that might not affect you at all, but I pop it right open, and you just flip it right off. The motor might get in your way here, especially if you moved it. It might be hot, so try not to touch this, because this right here, this is hot. Right now, I've had this off for probably 45 minutes, and it's still hot. Like it's like burn your fingers hot. So just keep that in mind. Open the hood for a little bit more, less handle or less cuts on your hands. Just open that up, take this off, and you should be good. Now, once you get done, you just don't put the jack down first. You put the jack stands down first. So I'll demonstrate. You take your jack and you take your rod and if you've never worked one of these before, then you shouldn't be watching this, but there's a little knob right there and you that's how you put the jack down. Don't do that. Make sure that's nice and tight, and make sure that the jack is right under this fixture here, and you raise your jack going up. Make sure it's right under the fixture. Now mine right now, it's under there, but I'm gonna pull it back a little bit, and then I'm gonna jack it. And now see, this is right here and everything. And you jack it up so the whole machine is off of your jack stands. So see how the tires are rising? And then put the jack stands down, flick that switch, and it goes right down. So I put this one on backwards, but watch. Goes right down. And then you move the jack stands before you put it down. And then you make sure everything else is out of the way. And now you take your little nub, put it on there, and boom, goes right down. Pull your jack out from under there, and you put your cat down, and then straighten your tire out, and you look at it. Perfect, nice, everything's good. And yeah, that is your fixed tie rod. Now the biggest thing is that you count the threads on both sides for this. Now if you forget that step, then this whole thing will be rigged right up. It'll be all crooked and everything. So if you just follow my steps, you should have this thing fixed in no time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure when you're fixing it, you lubricate everything. Make sure that your tires are up. It might go down a little bit from taking it off. But, yeah, that's your fixed Cub Cadet. Now, that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and give me more ideas on what I should do, and I will do my best to do it. Alright, see ya.